This first song, is for anyone who has ever posted photographs of themselves or who has a friend who has posted photographs of themselves at the gym. No one in the world gives a crap about your workout. So cut it out. This is my impression of a millennial comedian. A millennial comedian. Oh, I should probably talk on the microphone. This is my impression of a millennial comedian. Millennial comedians, they can tell jokes, but they can't hurt anybody's feelings. And they don't want anyone to feel, left out. So in this impression of being a millennial comedian, I need you to imagine that I'm younger. I feel sorry for batteries who are not included. I'm not Jewish, but I get passed over a lot. Some people are really attractive with masks on. I want a gaslight, but not at these prices. Too real. Here's my impression of a millennial comedian doing their impression of a misogynistic open mic comedian. I like my coffee like I like my women. To go. Whenever I take a photograph with a celebrity, I always whisper in their ear, please smile, because when you die, I'm gonna post this and make it about me. I'm really into cross-dressing. It's mostly like Italian and blue cheese, but sometimes I put ranch in there. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that joke either. That was a collective I'm not sure after the laugh. It was an uncomfort level that I enjoyed. Couple more. I'm not gay, but if a good-looking guy smiles at me, I do feel kind of pretty. Okay, last one. Wouldn't it be weird if you went to a gender reveal party and the smoke was white? So the kid had to be the next pope? Yay. I'm a positive person. I'm pretty optimistic. I am. I'm I'm large. It's fine. I'm confident, which is great. I think that's the most important thing. But this is I'm wearing a sweatshirt. This is my workout. It's hot, and I know they're gonna cut this out because I'm just trying to remember what I was gonna do next. I'm like, oh. I'll talk about. Oh, that's not it. Okay. Oh yeah, I was just, never mind. It doesn't matter. I just remembered. Yay! Oh man, that's so cool. This has all the things that comedy is supposed to have. It's during the day. I can see all of you. Half of you are folding your arms. Nothing says comedy like, you're grounded, young lady. You know? Love your energy, Utah. Love it. Okay, we're gonna do sing-along, but you gotta promise sing-along. It's my closing bit, and it's fun. It's a little dark, but then maybe it'll balance how light it is in here, and maybe it'll be neutral then. But the song goes like this. You'll sing. Too soon, way too soon. Please don't joke about it. It's way too soon. Okay, so here's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna do a whole bunch of jokes that are too soon. To the point where some of you might be like, don't worry, I'm saying it. You're not saying it. I'm saying it. And the best part about it is afterwards we'll sing the chorus. The chorus is in a major key. Because it's in a major key, psychologically, you cannot be sad. So you'll sing with me, you'll sing. Too soon, way too soon. Please don't joke about it. It's way too soon. Great. All right, I'm gonna start small, and then I'm gonna get really weird. JFK, super handsome, horrible headshot. It was 59 years ago. I think we've healed. I'm gonna keep going. And then the chorus. You think it's pretty safe to say that Rosa Parks was undefeated at musical chairs? Too soon? Come on, everybody. Way too soon. Please don't joke about it. Way too soon. Nice. Michael Strahan just got back from space. That's a personal favorite. Stephen Hawking once said, I don't believe in God. Well, he didn't say it. Too soon, whisper it. Way too soon. Please don't joke about it. It's way too soon. How long after a suicide bomb explodes are you allowed to tweet, oh, okay, boomer? For the record, I'm doing exactly what I told you I was going to do. Watch, it doesn't work. If I do an easy one, it's not going to be as fun. If some of you are like, well, it's been a little, it's too much. This is how unworkable it would be if they were simple and fun. But I'll do one, because I'm seeing some looks of horror. I just ate. Should I go swimming? See, so you want the weird stuff. You want the weird stuff? All right, I'm gonna do one more, but I'm gonna need you to sing like really super loud. Like get into it, like you're at your favorite concert, whoever that is. I don't know. Who's your favorite concert, sir? Coldplay? No, sir, it's not your favorite concert, but it's everyone else's favorite concert. I'm just kidding. All right, last one. 9/11, horrible tragedy, terrible tragedy. I'd never in a million years ever try to make light of 9/11, but I always think to myself, like right around the time that it happened, you think the people who worked in the advertising department for the store 7-Eleven were like, that was pretty close. Do you understand? Because if it happened on July 11, there'd be no more Slurpees. No more Slurpees. Okay, here we go. We're gonna build it up. I can't read the last one. Oh, I can. Last one. Super loud, everybody. Recently, President Biden held a candlelight vigil remembering the men and women of our armed forces who have lost their lives at battle. Yeah, right. Like he remembered. 1, 2, 3. Too soon. Louder. Way too soon. Please don't talk about it. It's way too soon.
I travel all over the country for stand-up. I love it. Travel all over. Favorite place to travel, I will tell you, is around the South. That's my favorite for a couple of reasons. One, I love looking at billboards. And the South has the best. Because if you keep your eyes open, you start to realize people are learning things on billboards in the South you should not be learning from a billboard. And it's amazing. I was down in Georgia, about an hour outside of Atlanta. Saw this one, huge board, giant letters. All it said was, "Never shake a baby." Like, I don't have kids, but if that's where you're learning that, you definitely shouldn't have them either. Right? I don't want to meet the guy that's helping. Just one angry guy in the front of a car, like... Never? I had no idea. Nobody told me. No, not once. Not from high school health class till the nurses let us take it home. So, thank you, Billboard. Like... I have another tick when I travel. I drive to a lot of gigs. This is very rare I get to fly anywhere. When I'm on the road, I count Waffle Houses everywhere I go. Are you guys familiar? Up here? Some of you, maybe like 3 or 4, the rest of you. Well, okay, let me ask you, you're not familiar. Where do you guys go at like 1 in the morning for breakfast food? Denny's? Okay. A Waffle House is like if a Denny's came from a broken home. That's an accurate description. And they are everywhere throughout the South. I drove from Raleigh, North Carolina to Huntsville, Alabama. It is an 8.5-hour drive. There are 37 Waffle Houses. Yeah, I did the math. That is 1 every 13.5 miles. That is a diabetic Oregon Trail, is what that is. Right? Dad just stuffs everyone in the car, and you gotta just follow one to the next, to the next. You gotta cross a river. Dad loses a foot, and then most of the family dies from dysentery. Yeah, if 90s video games taught us anything, it's that poo and fart aren't making it to Oregon, so. About 10 of you laughed at that. And I like that. I do, because if you laugh at that joke, that tells me a little bit about you as a person. It does. It tells me you're about my age and your elementary school had a computer lab. Yeah, and you got to mess around a couple hours on a Tuesday, right? All your family died by Independence Rock, so you went hunting for 45 minutes. You wound up with too much meat to take back to the Conestoga wagon, because you're gunning down buffalo, and you're way hitting squirrels with those little square bullets, okay? You gotta ford a river, you gotta caulk the wagon, you break an axle, a lot of your oxen die. Am I still doing this joke, people that have no clue what I'm talking about? Yeah, I am. And it's called commitment. I'm an artist, and now I'm a little lightheaded. Oh. Learn a lot about yourself on the road. I learn a lot about myself driving everywhere. I learned recently I have road rage. That's a thing in my life. But I learned I have small-scale road rage, right? Like, you put me on a major highway and traffic just slows to a crawl, I am zen in that moment. I'm at peace, right? Because it's like, okay, traffic's here. Eventually it's gonna move. I'm gonna reach my destination. There's nothing to get upset about. But you shrink that down, though. You put me in a grocery store parking lot at 3 p.m. on a Wednesday. I will lose my mind every time. Here's the thing, is I don't think I'm ridiculous, right? I don't think I'm ridiculous, because all I want is courtesy. That's all I want. If I pull up to a crosswalk, stop my car, and give you the right of way, put a little pep in your step, people. Yes! Exactly! I don't care who you are. You pick up that oxygen tank and you run, Grandma. Like, got a fake hip. You can't move it a little quicker through this Trader Joe's? All right. That got a little intense. Let's calm down. I do want to talk about something kind of serious for a minute. I love the South. I'm from the South. And the more I travel around this country, the more I've started to see a prejudice that I don't appreciate as the person I am. And I'm talking, of course, about the prejudice against the Southern accent. I'm sick of it. Okay, especially in pop culture and everything. Everyone loves making fun of the South. You got a TV show with a character they consider of lower intelligence, they always give them a Southern accent. And it's gotta stop. Every show has a character that pops in for an episode just like, what? What's going on? Well, I'll tell you this, my name's Gerald Bob, and I don't know nothing about this book learning, all right? Like, I'm from the South, we don't sound like that. We don't all sound like that, all right? Like, I know. But the more you travel, what you start to realize is nobody's dialect makes them sound more intelligent. There's not a hierarchy to it. You're gonna make fun of the South, that's fine. But have you ever been to Boston? Oh, what, you think you're gonna go up there, MIT, Massachusetts Institute of Technology, open a classroom door, and the professor's gonna be like, look, we're building these supercomputers, all right? Yo, these things are wicked fast. Yeah, actually, hey, if you're interested, real quick, pop out back to the facility, right? We're building this Hadron Colloider, just whipping atoms together, trying to find the God particle. Yeah, if we're successful, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna go to Dunks is what we're gonna do. We're gonna go to Dunkin' Donuts, we're gonna drink a 12-pack of Sam Adams, we're gonna fist fight my brother, go Sox. Like, that is... You would never hear that. You gotta park the car, we're gonna park it out back. Tom Brady left us for Florida, like... You don't like that? That's fine, too. Go further into the South. Go into Florida. Listen to them talk. It's different and not better. And I don't mean Orlando, Miami. I mean go an hour outside of Jacksonville, Florida. And just listen to people be like, hey, Bobby Sue, hold the wheel while I throw this gator through the Wendy's drive-thru. Or whatever. Whatever they're doing. You get down around Tampa and they're like, Carol Baskin didn't do it. It's like, nope. Nope, that's not everybody else's consensus, Florida. She did it. Can you guys believe how long it's been since we all met Joe Exotic? Since we all met the greatest American of all time? I loved Tiger King. Loved it. Loved it. I've watched it like 9 times. I watch Tiger King like uninteresting people watch The Office. You know what I'm saying? So many times. Here's the thing, more than I liked watching Tiger King, I liked watching other people watch it. Right? Because you would get people that would binge the entire series, then go on Twitter like, can you believe someone would act like that Joe Exotic gentleman? And I'm from the South, so I'm like, yes. A guy with a mullet that likes to blow stuff up, that's Randy. He's our sheriff. What are we doing? Yeah, he's got 9 DUIs and we keep re-electing him. Because he's also the judge, lawyer, bailiff, mayor. Like, what are we? And people love to make fun of Joe Exotic like it's this kind of rare thing. It's not. I don't think people really realize how many Joe Exotics exist in this country. I think as Americans, we'd like to act like we're really cosmopolitan, you know? Oh, I spend time in New York and then I jet set to LA. That's 2 cities. There's a lot of stuff in between those cities. And it is filled with Joe Exotics. And I sleep better knowing it. That they're out there protecting us. My gosh, you guys are in Utah. You think I fear a foreign invasion from the East Coast? No way. They're not getting past West Virginia. Are you kidding me? That's the reason you never see an Avengers movie where the heroes have to go defend Iowa. Iowa's fine. If some aliens ever came to Earth and tried to start something, they'd get as far as Tuscaloosa, Alabama, before the last thing they ever hear is a redneck racking his shotgun like, roll tide, like that would be it. It's not even a Southern thing. It's not even an American thing. It's worldwide. Rednecks are worldwide. We should embrace them. Like, I'll give you an example. I love Formula One racing, okay? If you're not familiar, it's basically Europe's NASCAR. That's a very simple explanation, but it makes my point. But people think because it's European, it must be fancy and posh. It's not. You go watch some of those old races where they would like race through the streets of Paris, France. You will see legitimate French guys standing on the curb of the street with a glass of wine and a cigarette while a rocket filled with jet fuel runs 3 feet from their face, and they're like, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life. That is redneck. You can't tell me if they tore down the fences at Daytona Motor Speedway, you wouldn't get at least one guy sitting on the start-finish line on a Yeti like, tell him to go around, dude. I paid for this ticket. Australia, full of rednecks. Full of them. Oh, Steve Irwin, rest in peace, King. Listen, the crocodile hunter, he was mouth-kissing cobras, wrestling with gators. That dude is a different accent and a bush light away from being from Louisiana. Can we all agree? The rednecks aren't dumb either. Southerners, we're not dumb. People love to make fun of it, right? It's not true, okay? I mentioned Huntsville, Alabama earlier, right? If you've never been there, Huntsville's nickname is Rocket City, okay? Because the Apollo rocket that put a man on the moon was invented and built in Huntsville, Alabama. Is that not weird to anybody else? Right? The state that gave us the Confederate flag also gave us the rocket that put a man on the moon. I think those 2 things are more connected than people want to admit. Maybe that's how the Apollo program started. It was just 2 rednecks hanging out down there in Huntsville, right? It's like the 1960s. They're like, it's been 100 years since the Civil War. And all these people from Pennsylvania, Massachusetts think they're gonna come down here and tell us what to do? Not on my watch, Ricky. Here's what I'm thinking. You see that grain silo over there? I'm gonna need you to empty it, okay? Then I'm gonna need you to get your hands on all the gasoline and black cat fireworks you can find. And you and me, Ricky, we're getting our behinds to that night sun. That's what we're gonna do.
Etymology, let's talk about that while we're all here. Etymology, that is a study of words. You know that. Entomology, that is a study of bugs. Yeah, and I don't know what you call it when you study words that bug you, but that's what I do. Pretty much throughout the day. And I don't know, man, I don't know if this is true of other languages, but the English language, man, we've got a lot of jacked up, stupid words. They gotta go, they gotta go. Unbeknownst, you're gone. Unbeknownst, nothing is ever beknownst. That's what bugs me about it. You hear people say it all the time. It was unbeknownst to me. I had no idea, but nobody ever calls them on it. I'm like, geez, dude, at what point did you know it? You had to know. We even knew something was going on. How could you not know? Extraordinary. Out. Extraordinary. More ordinary. Who wants that? You are extraordinary. Can I tell you that, man? You are ordinary plus. Extravaganza. So long. More vaganza. What am I supposed to do with all this vaganza I got laying about? Now I've got extravaganza. Deterred. Don't say it ever again. I read that the other day. He was going to go downtown, but he was deterred. I was, got to be kidding me. Oh, my gosh. I have to go downtown. I wonder what that deterring process is all about. That sounds awful. Sometimes it's a single word like that bugs me, and then sometimes it's a whole string of words. I don't even understand how they ever came together, to tell you the truth. Dead in the water. Why is that different from just dead? Did you hear what happened to Joe? He died. Oh, gosh, no. Was he wet? It'd be horrible if he was wet. It goes without saying, and not to mention, should just be followed by silence. But they're not. Every time somebody says not to mention, they just go right on mentioning something. It was the least I could do. Why would you say that ever? It was the least. That's what you chose to do. The least. Every time somebody says that to me, all I hear is, well, I really wanted to do nothing, but I couldn't get away with it. So I pushed myself, and I did the minimally acceptable amount. There's dozens of them. It goes on and on and on and on. By all means. You ever been hit with that one? Ugh, it's a favorite of a friend of mine. He comes over the other day, and I said, can I get you some water? And he said, sure, by all means. I was like, oh, God, wait a minute. You want me to get you water? By all means. You want it from a hose? Huh? You want it from a squirt gun? You want a hand scoop it out of the aquarium? How do you want this water? Let me know when you've had enough. Many, many meanings to go. I just think we talk before we're actually thinking about what we're saying. I think that's what happened. I was walking around today and I heard a guy go, I have my watch on, feel kind of naked. Oh, no, you don't. No, you don't. No, if I came up here kind of naked but had my watch on, yeah, we'd all feel it. Oh, you're telling me I'm nude. I had no idea because I'm wearing my watch and it feels like I'm completely clothed. Blabbity, blabbity, blabbity. That's why I envy the chicken. Yeah, the chicken. Are you kidding me? One noise, your whole life. Worldwide, just buck, 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 buck. And the other chickens know what he's saying. That's what gets me like, can I carry on a chicken conversation? I got to thinking about chicken stand-up comedy. Some bird come up here for a whole room full of birds, just buck, 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 and the whole chicken crowd. That's the sort of stuff you think about when you work an hour a day. A lot of free time on my hands.
This is why I got into engineering. I love math. I love math. So when I got into comedy, I wanted to make math fun. So we get kids into science, technology, engineering, math. You make math fun. And I came up with, I call it comedy math. We usually use pictures and images, make math fun, and when you do math, it proves something because when you break it down, you see the truth. So for example, eBay minus the internet, and you got a garage sale. Right? It's the same junk, it's just on the internet. It's the same. On the other hand, Twitter minus the internet, and you have junior high school. That's what it is. That's what it is. Twitter is, I'll prove it to you. Watch. Remember the cafeteria in junior high school? Oh, I got an A in math. You're ugly. No one likes you. It's Twitter. Mathematically proven. You can't argue with it. AARP, where does store names come from? Watch this. AARP, the American Association of Retired Persons, plus the Department of Defense, and you've got Old Navy. All right, this is the stupid part of my act, just so you know. Don't overthink these people. Some of my smarter crowd members are going, is there more to that? That's just dumb. Suhr, the mattress people, plus Kohler, the faucet people, plus religion, and you get Bed Bath & Beyond. Bed Bath & Beyond. Wikipedia minus depends, and you've got WikiLeaks. Of course! It's WikiLeaks. That's the funniest WikiLeaks will ever be. Doesn't get funnier than that, I'm sorry. YouTube, this already happened. YouTube plus attention deficit disorder, and you've got TikTok. That's what TikTok is! Totally what TikTok is. It's terrible. It's terrible. It's terrible. This one's just amazing. Watch this. Miley Cyrus, minus makeup. If you remove all your makeup, you've got Justin Bieber. Look at that! Is that not amazing? I think they're the same person. I really do. They did one person, two careers. It's genius. Tesla. Warning, bad joke ahead. Warning. Tesla plus men's cologne. Where's he going with this one? And you get Elon Musk. It's really bad. I apologize. But next time you see Elon Musk, you'll laugh. You'll think, I think I can smell him. He's got the... Mark Zuckerberg. I'm picking all the rich guys now. Mark Zuckerberg minus brains. If you pulled out his brains, you'd get the scarecrow from the Wizard of Oz. No, I can prove it. Watch. You gotta put the hat, then... Look, it's perfect. I rest my case. And this will be the last one. Jeff Bezos, Mr. Amazon. Jeff Bezos plus space travel. He's doing that now, and you have Dr. Evil. He's Dr. Evil! Look, watch, just for the, look. Okay, this will be the nerdiest bit I do tonight. So hang in there. I figured if you prove something mathematically, it proves it. No, beyond a shadow of a doubt. Mathematically proven, can't argue. I wanted to prove why I don't like Facebook. So I broke it down. What is Facebook when you break it down? It's friends plus updates plus ads. That's all it is. Friends, updates, ads. Now, as you update more and more about stuff none of us cares about. Going for a walk, it's a beautiful day. Too much foam in my latte, ruined my day, sad face. You're annoying us with the minutia of your life. You are. So what's happening? Your friends are dropping off because you're annoying them, which means your updates are meaningless, which means eventually Facebook is ads. Right? It's just ads after a while. It's just ads. And what's an ad? When you buy an ad, to pay a certain amount of money, runs for a certain length of time. Therefore, Facebook, by the substitution property, is time times money. Right? We all know in the business world, time is money. Therefore, Facebook is money times money, or in fact, money squared. And hang in there. Your eyes are starting to glaze over. You're like, I did not know I needed an advanced degree to come to a dry bar table. Two more steps. Two more. We all know money is the root of all evil, therefore money squared is evil, therefore Facebook is evil. I rest my case. Thank you. The Facebook proof. Thank you.
I have 2 cats. I never thought I would have a cat. I never thought I would have animals, but life sneaks up on you. So here I am about to non-ironically call myself a double cat dad. My girlfriend wanted a cat a few years back. It was her birthday, so I thought it would be a good idea to take her down to the shelter and look at cats. And in my head, I was like, maybe we'll realize they're too much responsibility and we will leave with 0 cats. That's not what happened. We left with 2 cats. My goal was 0. And we went for the cats. They had a dog room too, but I didn't have a big enough place for dogs. I live in an apartment. I thought it'd be weird to have a dog in there. And there's this weird standoff between dog and cat people that I dislike very much. Dog people are a little more aggressive. Not only do they hate cat people, they also hate cats. Which I think is weird. You hate a tiny little thing that's just hungry? What's wrong with you? I've never seen a dog and been like, get out of here, not cat. Learn to purr. I think the dog and cat people should band together and hate the real weirdos, reptile people. Why do you have a snake? Someone in here have a snake? It's so weird to me. I think if you have to feed your animal another live animal, it don't get to be in the house. That's not a pet. And it only eats weekly. Someone out there is just like, here's your weekly rat, Malachi. I named you something biblical to confuse the devil. That has to stay outside. You guys got snakes? Your body language shifted pretty hard. I thought maybe you had snakes. And I wanted to talk about it, but since you don't, I'll continue with my cat story. My girlfriend's actually the one that realized it would be too much responsibility to have kittens. She's the one that backed out of it. But as soon as I got there and the lady at the front desk said, do you want to go to the kitten room? I knew I made a huge mistake. Yeah, Mr. Can't Feel His Feelings. You want to go to the kitten room? I was like, oh no. It's aptly named. It's a room full of kittens, and when you break through the threshold of the door, your heart grows a little bit. I felt like I was the Grinch giving Christmas back. Remember when his heart was like this? I thought I was having a heart attack. Right when I walked in there, I was like, is this a cardiac event? Cute overload. You know, they say the animal picks you. I always thought that was nonsense until that day when I was only in there for 10 seconds and this kitten had Spider-Man right onto my chest and was like, hey man. I was like, hey. And he was like, get me out of here. There's way too many kittens in here. This is actually inhumane. I would write an email if I had fingers. I said, your new name is Laser. I want to sign for you in blood. Where's the lady? That's how fast it happened. But you don't got to look for a lady because this place is a business. I didn't realize it was a business. She's looking through the porthole so she can make the sale. As soon as she saw me bond with the cat, she just kicked in the door and she was like, you like that one? I was like, no, I love him more than anything I've ever loved in my entire life. I've never felt this level of love before, man or machine. Here's where it got sinister. She said, well, if you like him, that's its brother. And I was like, oh, it is a heart attack. Back him up. Actually, I don't think they should be in a bag. That seems inhumane. Put them in a box with big holes. But I want both of them. And I do not need a DNA test. I can tell they're related because their stripes are similar. That lady made a huge mistake that day because she could have got rid of all the cats if she had just kept pointing. Because I was in a trance. If she had been like, that's its cousin, that's its aunt. That one's not related to him, but it knew their real mom. Give me 100 cats. Mitch and Laser living in my house, living the dream. We had a goldfish before that, but I didn't really consider it on the same level as a pet. And we got it by accident, so it didn't have the same resonating effect in my heart. It wasn't even my goldfish. My friend wanted it at a fair. He was throwing rings into a bucket. And they're like, you did good, you won. He said, what did I win? And they said, a living thing. It's a weird prize. He said, can I have a stuffed one? And they're like, you did not do well enough at the game for that. Here's one in a bag, and it only has 30 minutes of oxygen in there. You gotta leave the fair immediately and go get it a bowl. Your day's over, no more fried Oreos for you. My friend Jordan, so I was like, I'll take the fish. But I only took the fish because my idea of how long fish lived was based on when I was an irresponsible kid. Like if you didn't feed them at the right interval. I thought 3 to 5 weeks tops on a fish's lifespan. I was wrong, because if you're responsible and you feed them when they're supposed to be fed and you clean the filter on their tank, they live a while. You know how long this fish lived? 10 years. I had to spend a decade with a fish I didn't even win. I spent probably $6,000 on him. He had a 50-gallon tank, specialty rocks. He had a 2-room castle. I live in a 1-bedroom in West Hollywood. I take acid rain showers to the face every day. And he's living in a freshwater paradise. We named him Ralph, too, because it always looked like he was throwing up. One day I came home and he was upside down. After 10 years, 2 cities, 3 different apartments. Bloop. I'm an optimist, so when I saw him at first, I was like, finally, he learned a trick. I'm finally gonna get my money's worth. Ralph went X Games mode. So I tapped the glass a little bit. No, it was game over. And I'm dumb, so I didn't know what to do with him, so I Googled it, and everyone knows. What do you do with him? Flush him down the toilet. That's 9 million Google results. Ralph, who's been in my family for 10 years, he has a will. I have to parse out his estate to other fish upon his untimely death. And the entire internet said, send him down there with your 1s and 2s. And I said, we will not. Ralph's my little brother now. So I started Googling goldfish caskets. They're real. Cost $900. Yeah, so we flushed them. I'm not spending another $1 on you, Ralph. You better get out to the ocean and find Nemo, buddy.
Yes. My brother is a Navy SEAL. So my little brother, David, is a Navy SEAL, and he's a hoot and a half. I love our military. I think they're amazing humans. And my brother, though, I don't know if y'all know anybody like this, my brother's the kind of guy that should have never been a civilian. He was born to go in the military, you know. He's always spoken acronyms and just a little, you know, Forrest Gumpish, if you will. And my brother, before he went into the SEAL program, he's 6'4", but he was 190 pounds before he went into the SEAL program. So a little thin, kind of looked like Gumby. It was a head, like weird appendages. Goes through the SEAL program, honey, and he is 6'4", 260, and hotter than fish grease, okay? And I can say that because it's legal in Kentucky, ma'am. Okay. You gotta know your people. You gotta know your people. Yeah. My brother's precious, he is. He's stationed just south of me in Los Angeles. He's on Coronado Island, which is down by San Diego. And so he'll come up, isn't it beautiful? I know it's a dream down there. Bunch of gorgeous men running on a beach, just saving our lives every time they can. I love it. So he'll come up and we'll meet and we'll watch basketball together, as any good Kentuckian does, right? And so my brother comes up and we're at this sports bar in LA watching ball, and we're sitting there. And this little LA girl, honey, just comes bouncing up to him. She's excuse me, can I have a cocktail napkin? And I'm sitting right there. I was like, I could have been his girlfriend. But I don't say anything, and I just look at her, and she's still standing there waiting. And my brother, y'all, without turning around, grabs a stack of napkins and goes, there you go. I'm waiting, she's waiting. Finally, she just bunny hopped off in defeat. She was like, that works every time. And I waited till she got out of earshot. And I said, Dave, buddy, what are you doing? That little thing's hitting on you. He goes, Trish, that's a crock of crap. When you went to take a pee, 3 other girls asked for the same thing. This place has crap customer service. That's who's keeping us safe, America. But isn't that who you want, though? I mean, he's not getting distracted by a whole lot. That's who you want out there. He's always just kind of been a little left to center, and I love him for it. He got base housing where he got to move into his first apartment, and he calls me and he goes, Trish, he goes, I'm moving on Sunday. I go, do you want help, buddy? He goes, no, I'm grown. It's like, okay, you don't have to be hateful, grown. I can do it on my own. I was like, okay, have fun moving that sofa. He moves in on a Sunday, Monday morning, 4:45 in the morning, the phone rings. Trish, it's me, your brother. I'm like, yeah, buddy, I know who you are. He's very good. Can I ask a question? And I'm like, what is wrong? He goes, where's the toilet paper? I said, what did you just say to me? He goes, where's the toilet paper? And then it dawned on me. My brother's lived in my mama and daddy's house. He's lived in a dorm room. He's lived in a military base. This grown man has never bought toilet paper. It's always just grown on the roll. You know one just like him. So I said, well, where'd you put it? And he said, I'm gonna have to call you back. So a couple hours passed, hadn't heard from him. Thought I should check on him. I text him, how'd it go? And he texts back, coffee filter. But those seals are a resourceful bunch, y'all. Every time I tell that story, everybody goes, oh. And every once in a while, I'll see two men in the audience go, pro tip. Not a bad idea.
School was weird for me. I had to take English as a second language classes. I struggled in these classes because I only spoke English. I wish that wasn't true. I went to a school with a bunch of immigrant kids. They didn't know what to do with me. The teachers are like, what do we do with the Asian kid who speaks English? Yeah, they decided, let's just put it with the others. So English is now my first and second language. I didn't complain. If you speak English, that class is really easy. Yeah, I got a C. Nailed it. My parents raised us American. I'm not very Asian at all. I don't even like going to Asian restaurants. Asian waiters don't like me. They can sense that I'm a traitor. My wife took me to this Vietnamese restaurant. We sit down, the Vietnamese guy comes by. I'm just like, hey, can I have a Coke? He was so rude, because he didn't work there. I don't know why I did this. This happens to every Asian person in an Asian restaurant. They think you were. It's happened to me before, okay? He was mad. He's like, why don't you get me a Coke? It became this really weird scene, like two Asian guys yelling at each other, like in a Vietnamese restaurant. It was like a weird, racist, friendly fire standoff. Everybody in the restaurant's looking at us now. I heard someone go, why are the waiters arguing? Is there gonna be kung fu fighting? I'm from a big family. There was 10 of us. This is typical for Laotians. We have big families. Most of my friends are American. They all have 2 kids. They can't relate to this at all. They love and spoil those 2 kids. They're always like, how did your parents deal with 10 kids? Laotians deal with 10 kids the same way you guys deal with 2. They love and spoil 2 of them. It's like a basketball team. There's 2 stars, right? 6 kids are role players. They defend and rebound, and 2 kids never come off the bench. They're afraid you're gonna trade them to another team. So it's unusual that I'm doing comedy because I'm a doctor. It's also unusual because I'm Laotian. Laotians aren't funny people. Culturally, we're just very serious people. My parents hate that I do this. They think I'm running away with a circus. I was super excited. I got my parents to come to a show. I was like, it'll be a good time. We'll make them laugh. It'll be awesome. It wasn't awesome. Yeah. They didn't laugh once, and they made everybody uncomfortable. I made it this big deal at the beginning of my set. I told the audience, my family's here, woo! And then every time I told a joke, instead of laughing at the joke, the entire audience looked at my family. My parents sat there the whole time like this. By the end of the show, the entire audience was on their side. I had 300 people looking at me like... I was bombing. It was silent. Crickets. The only time the audience laughed was when my dad goes, "You not funny." I got heckled by my dad. I want you guys to find me on social media. I'm going to spell my name. You ready? My first name is Vien. It's Viengsouk. My last name is Phommachanh. Phommachanh. Got it? I do this at every show. I'm up to 12 Instagram followers. Yeah. It's awkward. My name is 20 letters long, okay? I had to change my login for a website. I accidentally put my name in that new password box. It told me it was very strong. You're welcome to use it. That was just my first name. I tried my last name and it said, too strong. And the internet crashed. So my name kind of stinks when you're a doctor, all right? I still see patients. Every day I meet a patient whose name is something like Bob. It's a different guy every day, but it's the same guy. You don't know him, but you know him. Bob finds out I'm from Laos. He has to tell me he's been to Korea. Which is cool. Because culturally, geographically, they're not even close. And I get this from Bob's. They're always like, oh, Phommachanh. What does that mean? He thinks it's gonna mean like, he who fights bear. What it means is nothing. I don't know why this happens. It happens every day. I've started playing along. When I meet a Bob, I'm always like, ooh, Bob. That's so exotic. What does Bob mean? And then I tell Bob, Phommachanh means Laotian love machine. I don't get any more questions. I used to have a job selling cell phones. This lady needed help. She saw my name tag and comes up to me and goes, do you speak good English? I was wondering the same thing about her. And the right answer is, yes, I speak English. How can I help you? What I decided to say was, you know what it. I help you very good. I know that's cheesy, but it's totally true. And I sold a phone. Some of you guys didn't get that. I sold a Motorola flip phone as Mr. Miyagi. Do you know how hard that is? Flip phone open, flip phone close. I live in Florida. Yay! It's hurricane season, that's always fun. I get really jealous of meteorologists during hurricane season. I think they have the coolest job in the world because they get to be on TV and say whatever. There's no accountability. If I screw up as a doctor, somebody might get sick, right? They get to predict hurricanes, cause widespread panic, and then miss by 10 states. And we're cool, we're just in the sunshine like. And we listen to them like they're Oprah. If they tell us a hurricane's coming, we go to Walmart like it's the apocalypse. We murder our neighbors for like Triscuits and Spam. And they show us something called the spaghetti model. It's this like big satellite model with like a bunch of colored lines on it predicting where the hurricane's gonna go. Why would you trust something called the spaghetti model? It looks like a toddler threw up on a map. And I can't think of another job where you can use the spaghetti model. Like, I don't get to use it. If I'm explaining surgery, I can't be like, let's look at the spaghetti model. It's just... I have to remove one of these 8 organs. We'll know more when we're closer.
And I love going to my white friends' houses. When you go to white people's houses and tell them that you like something, they let you have it. And I got a lot of nice stuff in my house. Try it. Just go to one of your white friends' house and be like, Bob, that's a nice painting. You like it, Drew? Take it. I think I will, Bob. I think I will. Take that painting. And that's a nice lamp, too. As a matter of fact, all this stuff is nice, Bob. I like all this stuff. Back the car up. So I'm at the point in my life where there's things I do with my white friends I don't do with my black friends, and vice versa. I'm not mean, it just comes from my experiences. If I'm out drunk, I like to be at my white friend's house. White people make you pancakes in the morning. With whipped cream, strawberries, chocolate chips in them, I like that. Black people not gonna make you pancakes in the morning because they really not prepared for you to stay. White people have extra bedrooms, extra pillows. They'll take your shoes and your keys from you. You're not going anywhere. Go upstairs, the first bedroom on the right, there's a dresser in there, there's pajamas. Put those on. Those belong to Dave. He's dead. Get yourself some rest and I'll make you pancakes in the morning. And I'm like, I'm just glad me and dead Dave the same size. People think we're so different, but we're not. It's just little differences. Like, white people, you're prepared to be drunk better than we are. I used to think you just like to do a lot of outdoor activities. That's why you have canoes on the top of your cars and mountain bikes on the back. And then I realized that's not what it's for. They're prepared to be drunk. Talking to one of my white friends the other day, I said, "What you do last Friday?" He said, "Man, I got so drunk, drove my truck into a lake, I just got in my canoe and paddled the rest of the way home." And I'm like, I would have drowned because I don't have no canoe on the top of my car. We say different things when we're drunk. If I was hanging out with a couple of brothers end of the night, you could hear things like, "You got your license? You got any warrants? Take the bullets out the gun." White dudes, you say stuff like, "If the moose in the road, I'm riding it." This is a true story. I heard there's a party in Wisconsin. I'm like, I'm going with these dudes. I never seen nobody ride no moose. I'm like, hold on, fellas, I'm coming. Let me get my hat. White people that got houses with 3 garage doors. That's where you keep your spaceship. A lot of people don't know that. They think it's for golf carts and boats, but that's where you keep your spaceship because you're gonna leave Earth and go to another planet, and I'm coming. I try to tell my black friends all the time, you need white friends with spaceships. White people are cool, but they only gonna take 1 black person per spaceship. And I don't want to be the only black person on the new planet. Somebody's moon rock come up missing, here we go with this BS again. I didn't come here for this. You guys are awesome. It's true stuff.
I'm telling you this, the hardest part about teaching, y'all, the kids' names. Millennials getting way too creative, I'm telling you. First of all, I got a little boy in my room named Sapphire Moon. Exactly. And then he's gonna come up to me and say, "Oh, Miss Gaines, I don't have my homework because Mercury in retrograde." Why do you know that? You know what I mean? I was like, and tell your mama you need to stop burning all this sage in my classroom. I don't understand, what all this means, okay? And then, check this out. I have another one in my classroom named Shan Dweller. Yes, and this is what millennials do. Because I can look at this audience tonight and tell you all your names are extinct, okay? None of y'all are repeats, all right? Shan Dweller, what they do is they take 3 syllables, they push them together, and then they arbitrarily capitalize any letter they feel like capitalizing. And now they started putting punctuation marks in the name. What? Let me tell you how Shan Dweller mama spell her name. Y'all got to follow me, okay? You ready? Capital S-H-A hyphen capital D-W @ asterisk I-L apostrophe A-H. Exactly. I looked at the roster, I said, "Baby, is this your name or your mama computer password?" Because I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not going to memorize this by June. I'm just telling you. It's not gonna work out. And then these are the parents who are always complaining that their kids don't win Student of the Month. Really? Ma'am, you think I got that kind of time that I'm gonna sit here and try to type this out on a certificate? I got a vision board. This is not a priority to me. You see what I'm saying? And listen, y'all, my Student of the Month be just like this every ceremony. And thank you, parents, for coming in our Student of the Month, Ms. Gaines class, for the 7th time. Give it up for Tim. Yes, come on up here, little buddy. This is for you, absolutely. Then they gonna complain about me, talking about Ms. Gaines, Tim won Student of the Month 9 times. That's not fair. I said, hey, you know, he's a good kid. They were like, well, he was absent 19 times. I was like, hey, that's called consistency. And I honor that. Exactly. And then Shandwella is one of those students that's always, she's that kid that you think about when you wake up and you think about when you're going to bed. You know what I mean? Teachers and educators can feel me. She is that kid that's so difficult because, you know, I'm just like doing a regular lesson. I was trying to, you know, show the kids that large animals, just because they're large, don't mean their body parts are large. Like the esophagus of a whale is not large enough like for a human being to fall laterally through. She gonna interrupt me. Miss Gaines, at my church, Jonah got swallowed by a whale. Boop, boop. I said, wait a minute. First of all, did she boop boop me? Okay, because everybody know in the African American community, when sound effects start, that's when the fight break out. Did you just boop boop me? I was like, Angel, calm down, get it together. You're a credentialed teacher. She's 8. You got this. I said, okay, Shandwella, what I'm talking, yes, you talking Bible. I'm showing you science. If you just look, she's gonna interrupt me again. Miss Gaines, don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it. I'll just wait till I get to heaven. I'll ask Jonah what happened. Boo boo. I was like, wait a minute, that's 2 boo boops. Is that 2? Oh, little girl. Oh, we boo booping today, huh? Okay, Shandwella, let me ask you this. What if Jonah don't go to heaven and Jonah goes down there? Boo boop. Then she gonna look at me and say, then good, you could ask him. So that's all my attorney is allowing me to talk about tonight. Thank you. I hear you, you lone applause. I heard you. Thank you so much. Yeah, they're applaud, you know, they're not applaud friendly yet. I'm gonna drop that punchline again and see if they join you. And that's all my attorney is allowing me to talk about tonight. There we go.
So here's the thing, you know, pick a guy that's easygoing and one that you like, because you can't change them. I don't know if anybody's ever told you that, but they're gonna stay the way you meet them for their whole life. And in fact, they might even get worse. And people get upset with me. They go, don't say that, Monique. And I'm going to say it 3 times for each one of my failed marriages, okay? You can't change a man, you can't change a man, you can't change a man. Why? Because they're in their simplest form. It's like bending a rock, okay? Element 119 on the elemental table, man. All right? I'm going to tell you some things. And the men are not upset. Look, he's applauding. This guy's happy. He's like, thank you. If you operate under the premise that men are simple and delusional and women are crazy and complicated, your life gets instantly good, okay? It's biblical. The truth will set you free. Watch this, Exhibit A, okay? Sir, are you offended by me saying you're simple?
No.
No, he's delighted. Did you see the look on his face? Because he wants her to understand and quit nagging him. He's like, finally, someone on my side, okay? No, it's true. Quit laughing. I don't have a lot of time. I want to help her because I've made mistakes And I'm taking ownership of them. I'm going to tell you, how we ruin things as women because we overthink. We think too much and we overthink things. That's why we get crazy. And I'm going to explain it to you. I'm not a scientist, but I think the ratio of thought to speech with a woman is 15-1. Okay? We wake up in the morning, we flip on the turbines, and it's go time. Every time a woman utters a sentence, all right? For one sentence, there's 15 potentials spinning around at a high speed, picking up houses and cows and causing chaos. And it's hard to think that much and not have it go to a dark place. You're gonna freak yourself out by breakfast, all right? In fact, guys, I'm gonna confirm one of your worst fears. Women plan preemptive strikes against you for stuff you haven't even done yet, okay? You're just watching a ball game and she's saying, oh yeah, and if he does this, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna get even with him. He is not getting away with that. And you're just minding your own business, all right? When women get upset, they go, Monique, you make it sound like we should lower our standards when it comes to our men. No, don't lower your standards. Lose them altogether, okay? If you learn nothing else from this show, and the men are not offended, they're delighted, okay? Because they're like, she understands us. Because the ratio of thought to speech with a man is 0.5-1. Every time a man utters a sentence, half the words have escaped his lips. Unchecked, unfiltered, unthought about. They just get out like little invisible paintballs, pelting and annoying the women around him, what I call DDS. Dumb dude statements, all right? Watch this. Have you ever said something stupid?
What?
Yeah, see? Perfection. It's not your fault. You were designed that way. You're not designed to think complicated, convoluted, sensitive thoughts. You're designed to spring up from behind a rock, kill stuff, and drag it home, okay? That's your gig. And if women understood that, they'd be so much happier. I wish somebody would have told me. I wish I would have had me when I was a you, but I'm telling you. Go out and live your life, sweet girl. You know why? Because the man in your life who loves you will not be paying attention to you. He just won't. They live in their own little worlds, all right? So just go out and have a good time. If you're going to do something, do it for you, all right? Because the one thing men really hate is when you do something for them that they didn't ask you to do. And then get upset with them because they didn't celebrate your little accomplishment. I saw this a lot during COVID. My friends had free time, so they were redoing their houses, all their little DIY projects, binge watching all their little shows on HGTV. And the man, he's just in the living room minding his own business, watching Tiger King for the 3rd time. A woman comes over, come here. Now when you say to a man, come here, and you don't tell him why, he's nervous. Why? What? You go, come here, come to the bathroom. Now he's thinking, I am in a big room, comfortable, and you want me to follow you to the bathroom. It's a small room, it's a trap. And you're all excited because you redid the whole thing with $65 and a glue gun. You are thrilled. But he's not gonna notice the redo. You know why? Because he's afraid. Because he doesn't know why he's there. And you stand in the middle of the bathroom and you go, ta-da, what do you think? Now, I don't know what the man is thinking, because I'm not a man. But I'm pretty sure I know what the man is not thinking. He's not thinking, oh, sweetheart, that border is so straight. And the way you did that rag roll, and that carpet pulls it together, this bathroom is beautiful. I love it. I'm gonna take Metamucil right now. I wanna have a long sit down in this beautiful bathroom. No, that is not what the man is thinking. The man is thinking, I know I can't use those little soaps, that much I know. But what towel can I dry my butt off with without getting murdered? I need to know. And the woman has her feelings hurt. Just live your life. Because I'm going to tell you something. If you want a man to love you forever and ever and ever and ever, listen to the woman who's been divorced 3 times. You want him to love you forever? Don't talk to him. I didn't say don't talk with him. I just said don't talk to him. Men will tell you when they have something to say because they are task-oriented. When a man talks to a woman, he has something in mind, okay? A beginning, a middle, an end. My work here is done. Something has been accomplished. Women are drunk drivers on the information highway. We don't have to have a point. We just talk. We just talk. Because that 15-to-1 is creating pressure behind our eyes. See, we have to talk. They don't. They got a lot of room in there. They're very comfortable. I wish these were jokes. I really do. But I like this kid. I like her a lot. She's got a good vibe. I want to help her out. It's true. I'm going to tell you a little something. These people married for years. How many people have been married for years and years and years? I love that. Let's take it next level, because I am hopeful. I'm going to meet a nice person soon, and then I'm going to live happily ever after. I'm 59 years old, 1 month, 3 weeks, 2 days. So if I want to reach a 40th anniversary, I got to meet him in like a week, okay? And I got to continue to take care of myself. That's why I went pescatarian for my future husband. I've even got a name for him, Larry. But we'll talk about him in a minute. We'll talk about the Lair Bear in a minute. So seriously, I'm going to tell you ladies something you don't want to hear. When you ask your husband a question, your husband is not thinking of the answer to that question. Your husband is thinking, what can I say that will shut this down? I don't want her mad, I just want her gone. It's early. I don't know if I'm not ready to engage. Haven't had enough coffee. She's coming in hot. I got news for you. Anytime you're walking towards a man quickly to the man, you're coming in hot. It's true. This is the time of year where we want them to get involved because we care. Women care about the holidays and family, and they don't. Don't take it personal. When you ask a man, how do you want me to decorate the house? You know what the man wants to say? Quietly. How about not at all? How about you quit spending money and moving stuff around? Not that many people are coming over these days anyway, and I like this couch. It's worn out, but it's comfortable. I like this couch. As long as we're talking, stay out of my underwear drawer. I'm a grown man. I know when I need new ones. I don't mind the holes or ventilation. It takes a long time to get them this soft. Why are you asking me questions anyway? You do whatever you want. But they know they can't say any of that. So they just sit there. But I know this now. I know this. I'm going to get it right next time. I'm so excited about Larry. Because when I meet somebody, and I'm very hopeful that, now that I'm getting out and whatnot, that I'll meet a nice age-appropriate man. Now, I know that men don't have age-appropriate. They have prison, no prison. But I would like to meet a man close to my age, because prior to the Rona, I was dating little dudes. I didn't do it on purpose. I didn't, but they'd ask me out. They just, whatever. I have I'm like catnip to them or something. I've tried perfume, Febreze, or some smell. It's a desperate cougar smell or something. I don't know what it is. But they come up to me after the show and they'd be like, hey, comedy girl, would you like to go out for a coffee or something? I'd be like, how old are you, little dude? You're like, 28. I have a sweater older than you. No, I do. It's an Adrian Vittadini. I took the shoulder pads out, but I wear it. It's nice. It's a very nice sweater. It has gold buttons. I think Joan Collins had one on Dynasty. He's staring at me like, what?